Ekale. That means good evening in Yoruba. I am Larissa Omilade. My Ifa name is Doyin. That means sweet. My Orisha name, my Oshun name is Omilade, the crown one. A lot of y'all already know me as Priestess Ver or Dr. Ver. Y'all know I've been in this game for a minute. Um, so many people keep on asking me, like, when you gonna tell your story? When you gonna tell your story? When you gonna tell your story? Um, it's it was a really big, emotional, beautiful roller coaster. Okay, so I've been just sitting with what to say, how to say it, make sure I don't offend nobody, make sure I'm not coming from a place of emotion, things of that nature. So that is why I have waited to tell my story. Okay, so first and foremost, I did go to Nigeria for almost 2 weeks, and I went that long because, like I said, I got initiated into other things. I got initiated as an Orisha priestess. Just, you know what I'm saying, the Ifa initiation was, let me just put it to y'all like this. If you get Ifa initiated the right way, you won't be so quick to want to start grasping at titles and things of that nature, or you should find some humility in this. Like, it's your destiny, your DNA destiny, like basically being handed to you. When I say it was beautiful, it was absolutely beautiful. I did get initiated by myself. Now, doing the Ifa initiation, there was a little Rochelle. The fact that came up in my divination is crazy. If you know my story, you know that I was a victim of child abuse growing up, and I didn't have much of a childhood. I'm not gonna say grown on the outside, because you know back then they called it being fast. My family, I come from a family that they Pentecostal. They call themselves non-denomination, but they're Pentecostal. So I had great examples of women to follow, including my mother. You know, she didn't know what was going on, but it started very early and ended, you know what I'm saying, very close to me being 17. So being that person, I am a very observant person. It taught me to be very observant. I was always that child in the room in the corner with adults, just listening and seeing what was going on. They thought I was shy, so they didn't think anything about me being in these rooms. But I knew lots of things. Lots of things. If you know anything about me, you know that I like old stuff, old people, original. Like I like original. And I've read about many religions. I've practiced a few. But I've been on this natural journey now for over 20 years. I've been on this priestess journey for more than 10 years. And I will consider myself definitely the black sheep of my family. I'm definitely not the same, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. I love my family to death, but everybody not gonna be the same, and I definitely was not the same. I got questions, okay? I always got questions. I need proof. I need to see things, and I know there is no perfect religion, because we are human. We are imperfect as people, and people will assign their agenda to things. So sometimes things get messed up like that. So For me, Ifa is old. It's original. It's a way of life. It's the truth. Like, I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. Um, I'm one of those people that I learn and I tuck it away for whenever I need it. Most people learn and dump, meaning you go to school for something, you take classes, you keep what you want, but you dump what you don't need because you figure you don't need it. It was just a class that you had to take to get to the place you need. Everything I learned, I keep it with me. Um, so Ifa was almost a no-brainer for me. Now, I was gonna do this 4 years ago, but I heard about some drama and things of that going on. I don't like drama. And if you know anything about me, the institution of religion, um, for me, it's a hard one because people use religion to control people. So I did go through initiation by myself. Like I said, except for there was a little Vershel for my Ifa initiation. I have done many things. I was in the Army for a long time. I was a drill sergeant. I'm a nurse. I got my doctorates in women's health. I've done some things. I've done some hard things. I'm a runner. Well, I used to be. I can't run no more. Not like I want to anyway. I can run away from stuff, but no, can't do that no more. But there are a few things that I definitely say were hard. I didn't put motherhood in there because motherhood comes with its sweetness too. So I didn't put motherhood up in there. Although motherhood is not easy. But I put going to drill sergeant school and nursing school. They were hard for me. And the reason why nursing school was so hard was because a lot of people don't know there's like a 50% fail rate at the, you know what I'm saying? You start with this many people and only 50% of y'all graduate. Now other people will graduate because they was behind and whatever. Long story short, I could not afford to fail no class. I had to pass every class. And I knew I wanted to go on and get different degrees, so there was no passing with just no C. It had to be all A's and B's. So I say that to say that drill sergeant school was hard for me, mostly because I was almost 40 years old. Honey, my body was really just done. And nursing school was hard for me because lots of memorization, it was hard. I had 4 kids at the time too. So Ifa initiation, when I say it was hard, I mean, if you're a veteran and you've stood in formations for long periods of times in the hot summer, and you're at that point where you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm gonna pass out, because it's just, somebody's giving a long speech and you have to stand in a certain position. You know what I'm talking about. Or if you're a person that work out and your body gets to muscle failure, but you got to get these 50 to 100 push-ups out, so you're trying to get to that number and you're shaking, you know what I'm saying? Your muscles are in muscle failure. I can't say much about what happened, but I will say this. If you go through initiation, you're gonna earn what you're given. I was nervous. Even though I've done all these things, I was nervous. I was in a whole nother country. I was there with my Ifa. Ifa means priestess. I was there. She did not leave my side. Like when I say this lady held my hand when I crossed the street, she held my hand when I crossed the street. So I'm not the greatest person that does well with not knowing what the plan is. I need to know what the plan is going to be, okay? And of course, I didn't know what the plan was going to be because it ain't like I've been initiated before. And it's not like anybody could tell you. Even if I could tell you everything that happened, I could not put most of it in words. It was the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I got to see, and I know people are not going to like what I'm about to say next, but I got to say it. I got to see where a lot of religions stole their religion from. I mean, the funny thing is that I didn't tell many people that I was going to Nigeria. I don't even think I told my mom until like a couple days before I went. It was something that I just needed to keep to myself because I knew this was going to be a big emotional, physical roller coaster ride for me. I didn't want no naysayers. I didn't want anything. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to do this for myself. Now, the funny thing is I did this just for myself. I didn't know that I was going to come out of Orisha priestess and all these things, because I wasn't worried about that because I was already a priestess. So I didn't go into this for titles and things of that nature. This was for me. This is something I chose to do. Now, I did come out that I do need to integrate Ifa into my business, so y'all will see the transformation. You will see the transformation. I hope I release this video. I don't even know if I'm going to release this video, but I hope I release this video. 13 hours the first day. That's all I'm going to say on that. And the reason why I'm saying 13 hours, guys, on the first day, and I'm talking about it started at night and it was 10 o'clock in the morning when I was finally told I can go lay down and take a little rest and eat and things of that nature. The reason why I'm saying 13 hours just on the first day is because as African American people, a lot of times we're looking for something to hold on to because we know doggone well this ain't it here in America. I mean, they don't want us here. They don't treat us right. We got to fight for our same rights and things of that nature. So a lot of times we're looking to be accepted in certain spaces. I was happy to be accepted in the Nigerian space, especially once I did my DNA years ago and found out I was Nigerian. So I was very, very, very happy to be there. Oh my God, y'all, Donald Trump just came on my TV. Like, y'all see me sitting here, right? I ain't pushing not one button. Let me go push pause on this TV. This is weird. I can't believe this. Oh. Of course, I cannot find my remote, so I'm going to have to pause it from here. I have no idea, guys, what is going on. I cannot believe that just popped on like that. Donald Trump trying to get in my video. I forgot where I was leading off from, where I left off from, but like I said, I am saying that the initiation the first day lasted that long simply because there are so many people out there that are false prophets, false priestesses, false babalos, just false Iyanifas, just false, wrong. Now, of course, I have to tell this part of my story. Remember I said I was going to do this 4 years ago, but I saw that there was drama. And Rochelle don't do well in drama, okay? Don't do well. Don't want no parts of it at all. And I felt at that time like I'm a priestess, you know, I'm leading women. I'm a doula, you know what I'm saying? I felt life was okay. I can do some studying, you know what I'm saying, into Africa African spirituality, but I don't need to join nothing right now because I don't want to deal with the drama. Hence is why I initiated by myself in Nigeria. So the thing is that people are being initiated into stuff they have no idea that they're being initiated into. I'm finding out that women are being told to go home, divorce their husbands, and marry babalos. I'm being told that women are having to sleep with babalos once they get initiated. That is not part of your initiation. I wish I could turn my camera and show you guys everything I have. Everything that you initiate into, got consecrated into, your kosi, all that stuff, it's supposed to go with you. No one is supposed to keep your stuff. Now, I do hear that some people like to leave their stuff with their babalos or Ifas because they don't want to have to do anything to, like they don't want to have to keep up the maintenance of their stuff. I have my own opinion on that, but I'll keep that to myself, okay? And that's probably because I'm a very hands-on person. I want to get down and dirty with it, okay? I just want to tell you guys to please be mindful, be careful. So when I first decided that I was going to go ahead and get initiated, the person that I choose, I am not saying that this person is not a legitimate person or anything like that. The person that I chose, I ended up not using her simply because it wasn't that she did anything wrong. I recognized that I probably had been a priestess longer than her. And our ideas of mentoring were different. It doesn't matter that I have a doctorate. It doesn't matter that I am a priestess. It doesn't matter any of those things. If I'm coming to you to be mentored for Ifa, then that's what I need you to do. I do not need you to leave me on my own because there is so much misinformation out there. And honestly, I had to let this person go because, like I said, I was a priestess. I know how I do my ladies when I lead them. I check in on them. I see how they're doing. I check with their families and see how they're doing with their families. I need to know their goals, things of that nature. Like I get into my ladies' business. And I make sure they have all the proper information that they need. So that for me did not register for me. That did not sit well with me. So I went on ahead and I found someone else. I followed this person from post to post to post, and that's something I do not do. You may think I do because you see me on Facebook. You got a business, you got to promote it on, social media. But following people like from one group to another that's not my thing. But I saw her holy boldness in this one group, and I was like, wow, you don't too much get a woman that will stand up for women and for what's right, and that's factual in Ifa a lot. To me, that's not what I've seen. I'm not saying it does not happen. I'm saying at that time, that's not what I saw. You could tell she wasn't chasing no titles, chasing no accolades, nothing like that. She wasn't doing any of that. She just putting out the truth, nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And so I inboxed her. And it was the best decision that I had made because I am a lion and she is a bull. Okay? We do things quite the same. We are very matter-of-fact people. She took, when I say excellent care of me, she took excellent care of me. She did not let me out of her sights. I think at one point she was like she needed to leave for an hour. Was I okay? Like if I told her I wasn't going to be okay, I think she would have just took me with her. But I was tired, you know what I'm saying? I had gone through days of initiations and consecrations and things of that nature. So I was very tired. So I just took a nap. But when I say this lady held my hand when we crossed the street, when we went to the market, everything, like she went back to the airport with me. She picked me up from the airport. She made sure I had VIP service from the moment I arrived in Nigeria. It was a very, very beautiful, very, 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 very beautiful, very, very beautiful experience. Now, y'all know that sometimes you got to take the bitter with the sweet. So, and this is the part where, first let me go back to this. Again, why I chose Ifa. I like old stuff. I like original stuff. I like original. I'm not on here to compare religions with anybody. I'm not. Because in order to compare something, one has to be older than the other one. One has to be original. Like somebody had to get something from somewhere. And so I'm not about to start that debate in here, honey. It's all love here. It's all love here. Whatever you choose, you choose. I'm telling my story. Okay? So, like I said, there is always, not always, but sometimes there is some bitter with the sweet. Now, I was initiated by many Babalos, many Ianifas, and Olarishas. I mean, and I was just like, oh, all of this for little old me. Like, it was just beautiful, y'all. It was so beautiful. Like, it was, I can't even begin to describe it. It was so beautiful. So, things came out towards the end. Now, I am taking Yoruba classes to understand the language. I think that one should understand some of the language, okay? So, I think I was only 2 months into learning Yoruba, so I only know certain terms, certain keywords, and things of that nature. But one thing is I can tell tone. I feel energy. When I say a serious empath, I am a serious empath. Like, that's why I stay away from people. I could talk to 1,000 people, but the one-on-one, you know, unless I'm doing counseling or something like that, it's just not my thing. So I could feel some uneasiness in the house. Now, let's just say one thing for sure. Polygamy is a thing in the Yoruba religion. I am not here to debate that one way or the other. Me and my husband, what we do is our business. You know what I'm saying? We've opted out. But I'm not here to say whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing, because it works out well for some people. But a lot of people that agree with polygamy, that are in polygamous relationships, I'm not going to say a lot, but some people are there because they have no choice. So I'm just going to say this. The amenities that we stayed at were beautiful. They were nice. You know, me and Ifa, we stayed in a room together. It was a bathroom. It was a refrigerator. You know, everything. Now, y'all know just about everything is run off a generator there. So sometimes you have, you know, a fan and air conditioning. Sometimes you don't, you know. So you got to keep your things charged and things of that nature. The lady of the house, beautiful, wonderful, waited on me hand and foot to the point where I felt like embarrassed. Like one day she caught me trying to wash my own clothes, and she took them and she washed them for me, always feeding me, you know. And if you know me, I am a night owl. That's why I said, Kayla, it's evening, very much so evening here. And it's hard for me to have somebody wait on me hand and foot like that. But she did it anyway. I mean, coming in the room in the middle of the night, can I feed you? Things of that nature. Now, she had a 6-month-old baby. Y'all know how I feel about taking care of yourself after you have a baby. So I didn't feel quite comfortable with that part, because she had a baby and the baby was strapped to her a lot, because she was taking care of the house, all the people that was coming and going in the house and things of that nature. So, but I loved her. I loved her energy, honey. Like, I would wake up in the morning to somebody praying. It was her just praying. just praying, just a beautiful soul. How can I say this? I am not going to name where I went through. Y'all will find out who my Ifa is, you know what I'm saying, as you continue to watch me. I'm just going to call this part 1 because there are just so many things that I know that I need to say, but I'm not going to be able to get them out in a video, in one video. Long story short, I was privy to some information about some domestic violence that was going on there. Privy about financial domestic violence. Privy about SA violence. I was quite disappointed to find that even in Nigeria, that the woman's opinion is not as valued. She could be 100% correct, but it doesn't matter. It really did tug at my soul. Like I said, I help women through yoni steaming, through counseling and things of that nature who have been SA'd. Domestic abuse is not my, what's the word I'm looking for? Domestic abuse is not my profession, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not my subject matter expert. I'm a subject matter expert at SA. How to get women pregnant, things of that nature. Now, actually, before I go into that part, let me finish telling you guys this part. No, I say that for last because I don't want to end on a bad note. Okay, so I was privy to all of these things. And when I say it hurt my soul, it really hurt my soul. And like I said, been priesting for a while. I am a serious empath. Like when I say serious, I do not like to just be in the company of broken people. It's one thing for me to be helping someone, but just to be in their company, the woe me, because I can feel it. And especially if they're not ready to get out of that situation. Some people have been brainwashed to believe that that's the only situation for them. So it's hard sometimes to get women out. It's hard to change their mind into knowing that they're worthy of better. So that was hard. So it had come to the end of all my initiations and consecrations and things of that nature. And I did mine one behind the other because, guys, I was in and out the Army for 27 years. I'm 50 years old. My body hurts. So much so that I put off an appointment before I got initiated because I knew if I went to this appointment that that initiation could quite possibly not be a possibility without it being modified in some way. Oh, I was going to Nigeria regardless, but I have, like, you know what I'm saying, disc problems and spinal stenosis and pinched nerves and things of that nature. So when I say it was hard for me, it was hard. But back to what I was saying, I did all of my stuff back to back. And one morning, I unfortunately woke up to a bunch of arguing, yelling, things of that nature. And like I said, I think maybe I might have only been in 2 months in to learn Yoruba. But I can tell tone. Like, you know how you can see a couple and they can be talking, and the way they speak to each other, you could tell they are in love. You may not understand what they're saying, but you understand what they're saying. It was one of those situations. I could not necessarily understand everything that they were saying, but I was understanding what they were saying. Okay? So long story short, you know what I'm saying? That is when my Ifa took a little 1 hour break. That's probably the most time I spent away from her. And while she took the break, your girl found her a space where I got some good internet, and I changed my flights to 2 days, to leave 2 days earlier. When my Ifa came back, I was packed. I was like, we need to leave here and go to a hotel, because there is no way that I can stay in this type of energy. I don't even like to go to bed angry. I don't. Like, if me and my husband have a disagreement, we're going to have to talk it out before I go to bed. If me and my grown children have a disagreement, we're going to have to chit-chat, talk it out before we go to bed. I'm not going to bed angry with nobody. I don't want anybody to think that I'm their enemy or that I have enemies. But I'm also one of those people, if it ain't nothing that I can do about it, and to me it's a serious situation, then I need to remove myself from said situation. Without saying a lot, at the end of the day, I'm going to say that my Ifa was not properly treated right. She was not properly paid right. Come to find out, quite a few priests and priestesses, babalos and priestesses and Ifas or whatever, were not paid properly. Now, I paid all my money. I did. I paid all my money. You know what I'm saying? Where it went afterwards ain't got much to do with me. And I'm going to tell you, I was not shortchanged at all on my initiations. Like, when I say they were beautiful, they were absolutely beautiful. But, like, I had nothing to do with where the monies went. I paid who I was supposed to pay. Okay? With me finding that information out and realizing how beautiful still my initiations were, I just, that made me very emotional. That made me very teary, because sometimes people will treat you how they're getting paid and how they're being talked to, and whether or not they've been respected or disrespected or not. I felt none of that. I felt nothing but love. I felt my life was altered from that point forward. I still got treated with respect. My initiations, consecrations, all of those things went out without a hitch. Like, those people were so professional to me. Of course, a lot of them, I don't know their names. And my Ifa, she made them as whole as she could with, you know what I'm saying, what she had left over. And that's when you get into the scamming. It's everywhere. And I prayed hard to make sure I didn't get scammed. And I'm not gonna lie, the first situation, I was out of $1,400. I mean, I was. But this was for me. Like, this wasn't for no title. This wasn't for anything like that, because this was for me. It was time. It was time. So, like I said, a lot of scamming happens. I'm even seeing a different form of Ifa being started, so people don't have to go through the proper initiations. Like, how are you gonna take a religion from somebody and just make it your own? Then you need to make a new name up too. You don't need to call it anything else, because it is what it is. You know, it is absolutely what it is. So yes, I did. When my Ifa came back, I was packed and ready to go, and we went to a hotel for the next few days, and we got to go to the market. I got to eat some good food. I got to be around um, the culture, because everything that I had going on was going on in the village. And I love the village too, love the children. It was just so beautiful. I have so many pictures, it doesn't make any sense. Like thousands, probably. um, so that did happen. I was very disappointed in that, because I come from what we call over here in America church hurt. I'm not church hurt no more, but I was at one point. I really was, and a lot of people are church hurt. Um, how you take care of it is gonna be your own business. You know, I didn't do this because I was church hurt. I did it because, like I said, I like old, I like ancient, I like original. You know, you gonna argue with me about this? Cause baby, I seen real baptism, I seen real rebirth, I seen the real Holy Spirit, I seen what y'all call that anyway. I seen it all, and it didn't come from y'all. Y'all didn't start it. A lot of y'all are hiding in Christianity, but you're Ifa, and that's that. Now, how um this is how I'm going to end this on a good note. So, y'all know I got three grandchildren, right? They call me Yaya. And I just knew my Orisha was going to be um, Yemoja. Some of y'all call her Yemiye. Yaya. That's why my grandbabies call me Yaya. Like, I just knew it was going to be. Like, because I have 5 kids. I got grandkids. Honey, I'm mama to everybody kids. Okay? I snatch up somebody's kids quick and adopt them in. Okay? I have. I got 5 children that I birthed, but I got many children. Okay? So I just was for sure. Then, you know what I'm saying, I studied the other Orishas, but not studying them to the point where, like, that's going to be my Orisha. Now, you know what I'm saying, Oshun, I was hearing Oshun, but y'all, you know what I'm saying, I'm a Beyonce fan, so don't be trying to come and say I'm talking bad about Beyonce, but y'all follow her up so hard with Oshun that I was just like, first of all, I ain't trying to be no beauty queen. You know what I'm saying? Oshun, honey, you got to be fine. You know what I'm saying? Now, and that's what that's the information that y'all was putting out there like that. But she is so much more. Like, I deal in fertility. She deals in fertility. I do make women beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I am a body contour artist. You know, I do help women get pregnant. Women who have a hard time getting pregnant. And it's so funny, when I started yoni steaming, which is actually called perihydral steam. I did it for ladies so they can have a better time, if you know what I mean. But things like fertility came out of it. I was able to make herbs for whatever the person's circumstances were. So many things came out of it. You know, me making women beautiful with body contouring and things of that nature. But when I make them beautiful, I still counsel them. I do a lot of counseling of women. I lead women. That's what I do. And come to find out, that's what Oshun do. So that is my Orisha. I am my Oshun priestess on Melody, okay? The crown one, okay? And I love my Ifa name. It's Doyin. It means sweetness. It means honey. So for all of y'all out there to be like, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Verb mean, Priestess Verb, she mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mean, baby. I'm just very matter of fact. I don't want you to waste your time or your money. Listen, because honestly, some people will take your money. I am one of them people. My time is so important. It don't make no sense, honey. Go ahead on with your money. You know, go ahead on. I'm very matter of fact. But if you know me, you know I'll give you the shirt off my back as long as I got a bra on. Okay. But no, seriously. To know me is definitely to love me. I can't wait to just bring you guys so many more stories. Um, I am hoping to be the priestess that you guys can count on, that you can learn from. You know, hoping and praying that I stay humble. Don't ever want to be too big for my britches. I just want to make women better. Um, and I am trying to figure out a way. Because, ladies, I'm not saying nobody has it harder than anybody. But y'all know, Nigeria, listen, when I got to Washington, honey, I kissed the wall. When I got to my house, I was kissing the plants, the chickens, the dogs, the people in my house, honey. I was heel toeing and the whole nine. You know, we have some very, as bad as you think it is here in America, we're quite spoiled. We have lots we can give away, even when you think you have little. We have lots. I am trying to figure out a way. If you've seen my new Facebook page, it is it's my Omilade, Olarisha Omilade. It was Yaya Irby. I changed it. I could have went from my Dr. Ver page, but I'm trying to get new people who are ready to learn, ready to change their lives for the better, ready to know the truth, things of that nature. So I am starting over, y'all, from like 200 and some people. So y'all go follow me, okay, on Facebook. Definitely go follow me. I'm so excited about this journey, guys. I'm so excited, but I want to start some type of nonprofit, something to help those ladies over there. Y'all know I don't like telling people business, so I can't get all the way into this story. But just know that they need our help. Okay? If you've seen my background for my new Facebook page, I'm starting a group called the Rooted Womb Woman. Okay? And one of my charities, I want it to be to help those women over there to be able to get on their feet if they need to get out of a situation, to be able to get out of a situation and get a good start. As hard as I've volunteered for places where you can't give the address because nobody can know where these women are, because you know their spouses will come back and do anything to them. So I want to tell you guys that this will kind of be something like that. They don't have the greatest internet over there. And right now, I'm going to be quite honest with you, the only person I trust at this moment is my Ifa to make sure that the monies go where they are supposed to go. Of course, I know she know other people. We will build this as we go, but the Rooted Womb Woman is to empower women through African spirituality, through a village, through us being a village. And I apologize for saying so much, y'all. I'm trying so hard not to say things that I'm not supposed to say, okay? I want this village for us. And I don't want any body shaming. I want you guys to understand that we are all women, baby. We are, as African American women, we are the lowest on the totem pole. It doesn't matter that we're getting the most education, starting the most businesses, any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. But each one has to teach one. And I'm definitely ready for that. And I'm definitely ready to deal with women who are ready for that. It's going to be a lot of work. It is. It's going to be a lot of work. But I believe all women should be empowered. We bring life. And not just life meaning children, we bring life. We bring ideas to life. We are to be cherished. I want y'all to know that y'all are beautiful. I want you to feel beautiful. I want you to know that this rooted womb woman definitely got your back. You can inbox me if you want to get in on this, and I will come on here and explain more about the rooted womb woman. There will be a few women that will go through the rooted womb woman way, and we'll have a ceremony at the end. It's no initiation, it's just a ceremony. And like I said, I'll get more into it. I really just want to come on here and talk to you guys about my initiation. That your priestess is still a priestess. Dr. Ver is still Dr. Ver. I'm still doing yoni steams. I'm hiring for body contouring because it's getting to the point where my body is not able to do it the way I want. So I do have a couple people, and I'm excited. Like I said, that Ifa initiation, my Orisha initiation, my Ajit consecration, it was beautiful. I had a couple of other Orishas come up, and I will in the future get initiated, but right now I am just settling into all of this beautifulness. So thank y'all so much for listening, for tuning in. Again, I hope I do load this video. I'm probably going to load it on my YouTube channel. I'm happy. I'm so happy, and like I said, I'm sorry it took so long to get to you guys, but I had to figure out how I was going to say this, how I was going to put this. Some might call me a feminist. I'm for women. That's not to say that I'm not for men, because I love our African American men, but I'm for women. I can't teach a man how to be a man. I can only tell him what a woman wants. So men, I need you guys to step up and get y'all men together. They're not going to take us serious until we all come together and be together and do it right. All right, pieces and blessings. This is Dr. Bird. This is your Olorisha Amelade. Ifa Peace and blessings.